So today we are going to study about current electricity. It is a class 12th physics chapter. So we are going to talk about its importance. So current electricity generally has one or two questions in every exam, and it can be a high level question or a basic level, but generally it is a basic level question. There aren't many difficult questions from this chapter. So if we are going to tackle, we spent some serious time on this chapter, we can solve that question particularly, and 4 marks is ours. So let's start. So all of you must know about current. So everywhere around us we can find current easily. Are all the appliances, TVs, fans, lights, these all operate with the help of current. Like if we don't have current, we can't use these appliances. So current is a very basic thing in our life. So there are two types of currents: AC, DC. AC is alternating current, and DC is direct current. So the current that we get in our homes for our fans and ACs, that is the AC current, and DC current is the current we get from batteries and cells, and like for example in our toys or remote controls. Okay. So how do we define current? So current is flow of charge through a surface area per unit time is known as current. So we are going to write a mathematical expression for current. We can write current is equal to dq by dt. We denote current by I. So I is equal to dq by dt. So what I would like to highlight is it's not just a flow of current, it's rate of flow of current. This thing is important. Rate. Let me show how. So let's suppose we take Q to be constant, 2 coulomb. Let's take Q is equal to 2 coulomb. So we have let's check two cases. I is equal to we pass 2 coulomb in 10 to power minus 3 second, and we pass 2 coulomb in 10 to power 3 second. So current here is 2000 amperes, and current here is 2 into 10 to power minus 3 amperes. So you can see how the time factor also makes an impact. If we pass even a small charge, but for a very short period of time, it can give a large amount of current. But if we charge a very large charge for a longer period of time, it will amount to a small amount of current. Okay, so I think the rate of flow idea is clear. So SI unit, let's talk about SI unit. SI unit is ampere. All of you must have noted it. And ampere is equal to coulomb per second. Okay. And there is one more thing. If we talk about I average, that is average current, it will be delta Q by delta T. That will mean total charge flown by total time taken. It's just some basic stuff. that you need to remember. Okay, so this is the basics of the chapter. Maybe a direct question won't be asked on this basic introduction, but for the clarity of the topic, for to be comfortable with the chapter, we need to understand this stuff. Okay, so let's take an example one from the basic stuff. So if I give you I is a function of time, and I need to find charge as a function of time, so how will we attempt it? Think. तो अभी तक हमने क्या पढ़ा है? एक ही फॉर्मूला पढ़ा है, I is equal to dq by dt. dq by dt is equal to 2t square plus 2, and now we can integrate it and take dt to the other side. After integrating we will get charge as a function of time will be 2 by 3 t2 cube minus t1 cube plus 2 t2 minus t1. So it's some basic example, like we should know this stuff. Okay, and one more thing. So if we talk about let's say, is current a scalar or a vector? Think about it. From all your basic knowledge of the topic, what do you know about current? Think about it, whether it should be a scalar or a vector. Take 2 minutes and think about it. Okay, so if we talk about it, scalar. Scalar is a quantity which has no direction. Okay, let's see. We can say I is equal to 10 ampere and I is equal to 10 ampere. Can we say that both these things are equal? No, because these are not equal. The direction matters. So yeah, so it means definitely current has some sense of direction, so it's not a scalar. Is it a vector then? Let's check that out. So let's say this is 90 degree. Okay. Let's say 4 ampere current is coming from here and 3 amperes going out. So what can we say about the direction amount of current in this wire? So from simple addition, it's 1 ampere. So did we use the vector law? Did we use the vector addition? No, we just simply straightforwardly added linear sum. So what does it mean? It means that current has direction, but it doesn't follow vector laws. So it's definitely not a vector. Then what's it then? We are going to introduce a new quantity, tensor. Current is a tensor quantity. What is a tensor quantity? As you know, a tensor quantity is a quantity which has a direction, but it doesn't follow vector laws. Okay, so current is not a scalar and not a vector. Current is a tensor quantity. Okay. This is all about introduction of the current.